The best question to ask is why. And the best people who can ask this question better is kids. I went home when the lockdown regulations were relaxed, and I had my laptop, so I was working in one of the bedrooms at home when my nephew stormed, came running into my room and said, Uncle, Uncle, are you going to buy a Lamborghini by the time I get to high school? I looked at him and I wanted to tell a white lie. I wanted to say I don't like a Lamborghini, I think it's ugly. I wanted to say I'll buy it, no problem. But I decided to engage my nephew to see what was going on in his mind. I said, well, I cannot afford a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini is expensive. He looked at me very surprised and said, but uncle, you work so hard. You've been here for the past 2 days and you've been working very, very hard. And you work for a bank. How is it that you cannot afford a Lamborghini? I paused a bit, I looked at him and I said, people who can afford a Lamborghini are people who make a lot of money. I cannot even afford a Lamborghini. Even if I took the money that I earned per annum and tried to buy a Lamborghini, it won't be enough. So he said, what about people who drive Lamborghini? I said to him, those people own businesses. And not just businesses, but businesses that make a lot of money, very successful businesses. Then he looked at me and said, Uncle, you agree with me that a Lamborghini is a nice car. And you're saying if you want a Lamborghini, you need to own a business. Then why don't you own a business? So I paused a bit, tried to think. I looked at him, I said, I decided to be honest, to see how far this conversation will go. So I said, you know what, I am scared to go into business because there's a great risk in business. You might fail, and if you fail, you almost lose everything. So as an employee, you always get paid and you're not stressed. But he said, then, are you going to continue working even if you can't afford a Lamborghini? So I couldn't answer the question. And that's when he stormed out of the room. And it got me thinking. These honest questions, why, got me thinking. And I realized that when we ask the question why, or when it gets posed to us in a very honest manner, we get to introspect. And I started asking myself, why don't I own a business? I thought about it. I mean, what I make can't even buy a Lamborghini. So from this experience I learned, if we want to do something out of the extraordinary, perhaps we need to sit and ask ourselves, why? Why are we not doing it? You know that smoking perhaps is not good for you. You know, you are fully aware how to stop smoking, which is probably to go to rehab. But why don't you do it? Because you know it will work. You know if you save money, you'll have enough money to pay off a debt. So why are you not doing it? Interesting. Why? Got me thinking.